Hi, my name is Tatiana DeMaria. I was born in England. I spent the first 7 or so years of my life there. And then I moved to Paris, where I spent about 10 years. And in between my parents are Lebanese and fled Lebanon during the Civil War. Towards the end of the war, started going back to Lebanon and spent about 4 months of every year there, which was amazing. And I think the thing I remember the most was Lebanon, really. And it's predominantly because after 20 years of civil war, having just pure bliss, humanity being so relieved that violence and war is over, that it was an incredibly happy time. You know, obviously British food has its own reputation. I think an English breakfast, I do miss a good English breakfast. Well, you know, I've never really thought, to be honest, about being a female artist or, you know, not a female artist, to be honest. It's always been just about the music and putting it out there. And I haven't really paid much attention to, I suppose, the reasons why people weren't into it unless it was the music itself. In England, I don't feel like there was much against women in the space of music, in my personal experience. I had one person say at a show once, I played a solo behind my head, and he was like, you know, we're only just looking at your tits, love. Which is like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. I mean, it doesn't affect me. I'm still playing a solo behind my head and happy about it. Do you know what I mean? I got the notes right, that's cool. I wrote and produced some songs for the latest American Pie film. So I had 8 songs on the soundtrack, and I'm in the movie. And growing up watching American Pie, as we kind of all did, was fun. And then to be in a newer one, which is different. And again, there's a few that have come out since. And this one's different. There's women in it who are the protagonists as opposed to males. And I'm playing in their prom scene. I was approached by someone who was an executive on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He basically said, I want to you remind me of the Ramones comic book. You as a person reminds me of the Kiss comic books I grew up loving, and I'd love to work on something with you. So we created this comic, which was great, with Marvel artists and writers, and I co-wrote it with them. And it's since I then ended up playing Comic-Con, a bunch of shows, and we're developing that out into a bunch more things. Some I'm not allowed to say yet, but comic series and more to come. And I also didn't want my comic character to have, you know, massive lips and massive tits and be the hypersexualized version of a comic, obviously, that we see a lot. I wanted it to just feel like me and be rooted in, yeah, just what I felt was true. I've been building a big platform across NFT utility, across entertainment. I have a big focus on helping musicians make money and sustainable living to be able to keep creating instead of just chasing the one idea of making it and struggling in between. I wanted to help people understand why it is important, because we had Web 1.0, which was sending emails back and forth, just text. Web 2.0 is media, social media, photos, etc. And Web 3.0 is the new version of the internet. This is where every asset on earth is moving to digital. Photographs, artwork, pink slips for cars, contracts for houses, all kind of assets are moving to digital. NFTs are the way to authenticate digital assets. If it's an NFT, that is the proof that that is the only real one. Understand that this is actually the new version of the internet. You can come find me on TikTok at TDM Crypto, which is Tatiana DeMaria Crypto. And we have a platform coming that is gonna help a lot of people very soon. I'm currently in Miami. It's Art Basel, or NFT Basel as well. A lot of crypto and blockchain people down here. And on the subject of abroad, you know, I think these days having a laptop and being able to roam and have a studio set up where you go is important. There are so many different opportunities in the world currently to create, and feel very lucky that I'm able to be in different places. I feel like I'm abroad because I'm not in England, I'm in a few other places. Enjoy the performances. Thank you again to Women That Rock for having me. And also happy holidays and Merry Christmas, happy Kwanzaa, all the above to anyone who's celebrating whatever it is that you're celebrating. What's up abroad? My name is Tatiana DeMaria. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you to Women That Rock for having me, and I'm excited to be sandwiched in this lovely festival surrounded by wonderful women making wonderful music. I'm currently in LA. I'm obviously English, born and raised in England and France, but I spend a lot of time in the US, obviously music. I had a rock band called Tat, and we toured the US a lot. So I ended up making LA and New York my kind of bi-coastal homes while I'm in the US. And now I've been putting out music under my full name, Tatiana DeMaria. because I changed the sound. So I'm still writing and producing the music as I was in my rock band, but yeah, it's a bit different. I don't want to piss the fans off by just changing the sound and not the name. So I'm gonna start with a song called Make Me Feel, which is on Spotify. You can find it under Tatiana DeMaria. You know I want you. With your legs wrapped around my waist, yeah, I could've loved you like nobody else. But you're trying to play a hand at a game that I'd abandoned. Drag it out for far too long, till I'm wondering how it started. I won't even walk out, caught here, still man, I can't stand the taste. I ain't even on you, caught in the thrill of the chase. And you make me feel, and you make me feel, you make me feel. I like to sleep here in the blackout curtains, blind, falling in deep here, high above the city lights. Met you in the hotel bar. This should be fun for a night. I keep walking through that door, coming out on the same side. I won't even walk out, caught here, still man, I can't stand that taste. I ain't even on you, caught in the thrill of the chase. And you make me feel, yeah, you make me feel, you make me feel. I'll post it up and I'm all in. Post it up and I'm all in. I've done better drugs, I've had stronger love, I've had dirty lust that we just don't touch. Darling, this ain't love, it's potent lust, and it's just enough to keep me hooked. Want the interrupt, the unorthodox, the self-afflicted mass chaos. You're not one to trust, though you got me caught. See my weekend heart and the tip of your tongue, yeah. I wanna hold you, but not for the rest of my life. I wanna own you, 'cause my jealousy is rife. Darling, if you're not by my side, you must be fucking someone else. I knew I hadn't met my match. Look at how I played myself. I won't even walk out, caught here, still man, I can't stand the taste. I ain't even on you, caught in the thrill of the chase. And you make me feel, yeah, you make me feel, you make me feel. Oh, post it up and I'm all in. Post it up and I'm all in. So that one was called Make Me Feel, and again, you can find it on Spotify or any socials. For any newcomers in here, my name is Tatiana DeMaria, and again, thank you guys for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm in LA currently, and I suppose what's special about this space to me is the fact that I always have this little studio set up, stashed at a friend's house or stashed in a little storage room. And every time I come to LA, I kind of build up the little studio, do as much recording as I can, and it just becomes my little haven. So there's the sun shining outside, it's beautiful, and I love the fact that I can enjoy good weather, obviously, not something that New York and England gets as much. I have a big NFT drop coming again for the crypto heads, and some tours hopefully 2022. Let's go. So this next one is called Road to Paradise. No one's paved the road to paradise or guaranteed that it'll be nice. It's just that long road, hard road, dragging a little red wagon, still with 6 feet under, wondering what the fuck have I done? Where did my time go? Times in life you gotta take a chance and dance on broken glass and see who laughs. Second breath you're dealt, take it, hold it, make it felt. One wasted life, one wasted youth, wasted prospects, idols too. You're on the mind, you're better off alone, and no alibis, no crime, pride, no one's beat that road to paradise or guarantee that it could be. Just that long road, hard road, dragging a little red wagon, still 6 feet under, wondering what the fuck have I done? Where did my time go? Times in life you gotta take a chance and dance on broken glass and see who laughs. I didn't recognize. St. Peter don't let me in. He says I don't have faith. He says I don't believe. I don't believe. Love is tortured, love is killed, but love is saving me and still we're all we need. Lungs on hard to face the troubles, life is part. The wasted second breath you tell, take it, hold it, make it felt. One wasted life, one wasted you, wasted prospects, idols too. Love is tortured, love is killed, but love is saving me and still we're all we need. 2 lungs on hard to face the troubles, life is part. Wasted second breath you tell, we take it, hold it, make it felt. One wasted life, one wasted you, wasted prospects, idols too. No one's filled the road to paradise or guarantee that it would be nice. It's just that long road, hard road, dragging a little red wagon, still 6 feet under, wondering what the fuck have I done? Where did my time go? Times in life you gotta take a chance and dance on broken glass and see who laughs. Your own demise, you're better off alone, and no compromise. Thank you guys so much for having me. My name is Tatiana DeMaria. You can find me on all socials at Tatiana DeMaria, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, etc. Thank you so much to Women That Rock for having me. Enjoy all the rest of the wonderful performances. And come find me on socials. I have an EP and a full-blown album coming soon, a big NFT drop, and some tours. So I hope to see you guys again and on the road sometime. Have a good one. Take care. Stay well.
Hello, my name is Hien. I am a Vietnamese-Hungarian artist based in Brooklyn. However, I'm in Budapest right now, and I'll be singing 2 songs of my new EP that just recently came out.
So I'm gonna start with the title track of this EP, Bloom. And this song is about finding your inner child, the challenges of growing up. And also, I kind of dedicate this to all young girls in bloom, because I feel like so often they are discouraged to see their magic and their value. So here comes Bloom.
No matter where you go, believe and let it show. Following the shining light. Ooh, la 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 la. 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 Ooh, la 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 la. Beaming through the haze, fire in their gaze. Night turns to day, blooming all the way, running through the days in flames. Ooh, la 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 la. 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 Ooh, la 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 la. Ooh, la 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 la. More growing, tripping, falling. Is there another way? Tell me, do we feel it all the same? Walking in the middle of this rain. More blooming to be coming. Spring is in the air. Your wings will take you anywhere. Ooh, la 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 la. 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 All we ever wanted, all we ever needed.
The next song is Slow, which tells a romantic affair that we keep going back to. And also this song is a reminder for me to just take things slow, because I feel like a lot of times when we approach things with passion only and there's not enough true love and devotion behind it, we tend to focus on what we can get out of situations and people instead of what we can give. So yeah, I'm learning that passion only won't carry me through.
All the things you said running through my head, make it all make sense. Got us all misled, 'cause it left me reeling, a lot too close to stealing. But you're a kind of craving, you're a sweet disease. Take it slow, touch me the way I used to know. Memories burning slow, let our past unfold. Everything goes slow, and our hearts beat fast alone. Is it way too slow for us to try to hold? Do you care enough to see? You put the fire back in me, then you make me feel the heat for a minute. And now I feel you on me, allow it to fulfill me. Caught in a bright denial, feels like a perfect wrong thing. And I float in your river. Once you feel my wind, you give up.
So I was born in Budapest, Hungary, and I also went home to Vietnam every year, spending 2-3 months there or even more before going to school. So I started elementary school in this little town Sopron that I mentioned that is at the border of Austria, and I was just a little bit sad at the beginning because obviously I was like separated from my best friends, and all of a sudden it's a new environment. And also in Budapest there's a bigger Vietnamese community, but in Sopron it's like there's, especially at that time, there were barely any Vietnamese people. So I started school and I was the only Vietnamese kid in the whole school. I started to go to a music school in the afternoons, taking piano, solfege, and later violin lessons. And that was the new place where I really, like, I guess, found my group of friends, and I could be more myself. Just a lot of time is ignorance because they just weren't exposed to a lot of like Asian culture. So for them it's like Asian is like one thing. I think I was labeled to this thing in this box that, oh, I'm that Asian little girl. I got accepted to the school, Berkeley. I think that's when they started to take me seriously. And ever since I come back, I feel like now I kind of earned my, I guess, respect, since I started to write my own music, produce my own music. They can see that, oh, actually I have thoughts. Just a couple of months ago, I found my grandpa's old cassette tapes because he used to be a traditional folk artist. Like, he used to play the guitar and a traditional string instrument. And so I found these tapes that it's all him improvising and playing music. And I was just like so happy. I think that was one of the happiest things that happened to me this year because I can sample those and make music with that. When we decided that we're going to shoot with young girls somewhere in Vietnam, we started to think about where should we shoot, who should be the girls that we involve in this project. I've been trying to learn a lot about Vietnam's tribal cultures in the past years. And I just find it so fascinating that we have 54 tribes who have their own, customs and language and traditions. So I learned that there are a few matriarchal tribes in Vietnam. And I told the producer and the director that, guys, I don't know where these tribes are, but we need to shoot with them. Like, I need to visit that place. Like, I just can't even imagine a world like that or a society like that where women are the leaders, because I feel like we're just so used to the opposite, so I couldn't even imagine how that would be. It's like a dream. And it was really like a dream. Like, it was like a fairy tale, all those days that we spent there. But what was really different is that the way we were treated by men, like, I don't know, other cultures in Asia and in Vietnam, most of them are pretty like patriarchal. I feel like in Yang Tao, I just felt this like respect from men. I don't know, it's really hard to like explain, but it was just like this very natural, like, oh, like, we appreciate you, like, there was this day when it was super rainy and there were a bunch of women drinking outside. It was like a drink that they made. It's like similar to beer. It's a little bit stronger. And it was raining, so they were like, oh, come in here and drink with us. And it was just like all women. I don't know what kind of event was it, but it was just like all women, and their husbands were inside, like, I don't know, cleaning the house or doing something. But it was just like all women outside drinking. That these women are the leaders because they actually want to take care of the community. And I didn't feel that they are the leaders because they want, like, that like authority, or they want to like control. It was more that, okay, we are the leaders because we want to take care of you, and we got you, and you're not gonna be hungry here. You're gonna be good, that type of mother energy. That's what I felt from the women there. And I remember that my whole family was just like so proud, like I sent them the picture and the text, and I still have that like memory that they were just like freaking out. We have an altar, like a ban thờ, a Vietnamese altar. It's in this room actually above me, but I don't know if I'm supposed to like show it to you, because probably my mom would be like, oh, that's so weird, don't do that. But I think I actually can show it to you. It's right up there. on the wall. That's our banto. And that's where we pray, and that's where we burn the incense. We put like food there that we share with them. But I just really feel their protection ever since I started to talk to them more. So family is about that. Like it's almost like a little prayer. It's basically a love letter to my ancestors.
Think I got a hangover from one sip of wine. Still losing the feeling from my knees down at times. Who is it for? Cause it isn't for me. And every time I pray, I just pray to be free. Pray to be free. Every time I pray, I just pray to be free. Guilty love, guilty love. Who am I to blame for the shame of the skies above? Guilty love, guilty love. You're my new religion and I'm never gonna give you up. You're my new religion and I'm never gonna give you up. Trying to find a reason for the burden of sin. Nothing makes it better like a struggle within. Why do I care? Because you don't care for me. And every time I pray, I just pray to be free. Pray to be free. Every time I pray, I just pray to be free. Guilty love, guilty love. Who am I to blame for the shame of the skies above? Guilty love, guilty love. You're my new religion and I'm never gonna give you up. You're my new religion and I'm never gonna give you up. I confess I feel it too. I get when I'm alone with you. I will be the first to say I'm a believer in a different way. Guilty love, guilty love. Who am I to blame for the shame of the skies above? Guilty love, guilty love. You're my new religion and I'm never gonna give you up. You're my new religion and I'm never gonna give you up. You're my new religion and I'm never gonna give you up.
Hey, I'm Ladyhawke and I'm from New Zealand in an area called the Wairarapa, and that's about an hour and a half north of Wellington, sort of on the east coast. Yeah, it smells to me like freshly cut grass and, you know, like, I don't know, like rural stuff. Like I grew the house that I grew up in, my mum still has. My mum grew up in it as well. So my grandfather built it in the early 60s. I've lived Melbourne, Sydney, London, Los Angeles, and now I'm back in New Zealand and I'm living in Auckland. It was primarily to have my daughter, really. I was pregnant and we couldn't decide whether to have her in LA or in New Zealand, and then in the end we just decided to go home because of family, and it's sort of necessary, you know, you need the community around you to help. New Zealand is we're a coffee country, so I love a latte. There's a Vietnamese bakery down the road from me called Mr. T's, and it's this like awesome husband and wife team that came over to New Zealand during the Vietnam War, and they came over on a boat and they had like a kid, and the mum was pregnant with another kid, and they sort of started a bakery business, and it's just popping off. Like, it makes my heart warm, like they've got this real family vibe. They've got their kids all working for them, and they do an amazing banh mi. Abel Tasman National Park, which is the very tippy top of the South Island. Check out Piha Beach, which is west of Auckland, which I'm going to in a couple of weekends' time. It's this like black sand beach with so many minerals in the sand that it sparkles like glitter when you walk along it. Wild waves. It's just so cool. It's something that's always made me quite angry and lit a fire in my belly right from as early as I can remember playing music. I always saw the way women were treated different. I feel like New Zealand's no better than anywhere else in that sense, and we're only just starting to make changes now. It's like almost like, come on, it should have happened a long time ago. All sorts of prejudice and like people assuming I don't write my own music or I can't play an instrument or just all that sort of stuff. You end up feeling like an imposter, you end up with imposter syndrome when you shouldn't have it. And I know it's very common in female musicians to have imposter syndromes because we constantly have to fight to be recognized and fight for the talent to be recognized. It's like, how many times does a person see a big pop star like Taylor Swift or Beyonce and just assume they don't write their own music or they have nothing to do with the music, they're just the pretty face of it or whatever, and that's just crazy because no one for a second suspects that like Ed Sheeran doesn't write his own music or any of the big male pop stars. They never get treated any differently for looking a certain way or being overweight or being older, which is a big thing. I think we have a long way to go. All the music that we got was overseas music. Everything felt really far away. Like, I remember as a teenager feeling quite cut off from the rest of the world. That feeling has informed me to this day. Like, it's always made me want to be closer to the world. So like, as soon as I could, I was traveling. Being from a small town at the bottom of the globe has always given me a drive that I probably wouldn't have had if I'd been living in the States. Yeah, gaming's just been, it's like my life, really. It's like been with me ever since I was a kid. It's like the friend I could always rely on when I was sad or depressed or lonely. I always had my games. My label B&G, they've always known how obsessed with gaming I am, and they actually surprised me with my very own Game Boy game. So they got like an official Game Boy cartridge and got a game designed. He got 6 or 7 tracks off the record and he made them into chip tunes. So he basically turned them into the same style of music you'd hear in Game Boy music. I can actually play you an example, play a bit of the music.
Hey, my name's GIRLI and I'm stoked to be filming this live session for Women That Rock in Pirate Studios in Camden, London, which is where I rehearsed for my tour. It's where I've been recording today, and yeah, it's a place where I can just come and make music and sing and be on my own sometimes. So it's a special place for me. It's in the area that I grew up in. I was born and raised in Camden, and yeah, I'm really excited to be filming this here. The first song I'm going to play is my song Dysmorphia, which is a song about my struggles with body dysmorphia and body image, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. I've never done this acoustic before, so I hope it matches. Makes my size up, and I hate the shape imposter in my body. Wish I saw me in a nicer way. Yeah, you're good as you are, but you could be better. One day I feel like a model, next day I feel like a troll. See all these pictures of models setting impossible goals. This image all missing in the pictures, looking different than I do to you. Best way to describe it, when you see red, all I see is blue. Circus, house of horrors, all the monsters that I met in school. You're the widow in class, and you're not even hot. When do you feel like a model? Next day you feel like a troll. See all these pictures of models setting impossible goals. This image is misleading. Don't know which means the real thing. Don't tell me to love myself more. I wish that it was that simple. Can't live without her approval. Cause she was my reflection and makes me upset. I hate it. Don't tell me to judge myself less. I wish that it was that famous. I live with a voice in my head. Cause she was my reflection and makes me upset. I hate it. That was Dysmorphia. I hope you enjoyed my very shaky acoustic version, but I kind of love it when you can just strip a song down to guitar and you really hear the song minus all of the bells and whistles. The next song I'm going to play is called Friday Night Big Screen. This song was on my album Odd One Out, which came out in 2019, and it's about falling in love for the first time. Harry met Sally, she came at the table. Jordan Catalano put his lips on my navel. I'd never been touched like that before. Johnny met Baby, then they started dancing. I thought I was sharing, I was living in a mansion. I'd never been lucky like that before. Living it in a dream. Living it through a TV screen. Now it's real, it's all happening to me. This is life in a movie, you and me. I'll be your bodyguard, but you can be my Wesley. We can go driving around looking all sexy. Friday night on the street. I'll be your Christian, and you'll be my Ronaldo. We can take a cool Friday night big screen. Danny met Sandy, like the big lady. Rizzo and Kinnicky, yeah, you know they liked it freaky. I'd never done something like that before. Cat kiss Patrick, guess she got a hat trick. Britney feel the way we're feeling when we're going at it. Yeah, it's happening to me. This is life in a movie, you and me. I'll be your bodyguard, you can be my Wesley. We can go driving around looking all sexy. Friday night big screen. I'll be your Christian, and you'll be my Ronaldo. We can take our clothes off. Friday night big screen. It's kinda cool that you want me to. It's kinda cool that you want me to. I'll be your buttercup, you can be my Wesley. We can go driving around looking all sexy. Friday night big screen. I'll be your Christian, you'll be my Winona. We can take our clothes off. Ooh, Friday night big screen. Thank you so much for watching Women That Rock. Thank you for having me. I've been GIRLI. This has been awesome. Take care.
My name is GIRLI. I was born in Camden in London, England, and I currently still live in London, in Hackney, East London. I grew up in Camden, which is a very iconic borough in London, and I feel really connected to it. It's also very musical. A lot of amazing artists are from this area. When speaking of Camden, you kind of think of like the Stables Market and the bit where there's like the Amy Winehouse statue and stuff. And um, I grew up not far from there at all, but the little kind of pocket where I grew up, just very residential, like not much going on. I was very close to so much going on. The amazing thing about London and growing up in London as a teenager is that the public transport is so amazing. So you don't need to be able to drive, or you don't need to rely on getting lifts from your parents, or, you know, to be independent. You can just go. I think in a way you always, wherever you grow up, however incredible it is, there's always a part of you that yearns for something different. It's that thing of the grass is always greener somewhere else. And I think definitely that's the reason I've lived all over London. For me, I have ants in my pants. Maybe this is the same with New Yorkers, but I feel like Londoners are both grumpy and friendly at the same time. One of my favorite things about London is public transport at night, because you just have like everyone uses like the tube. Like, it doesn't matter what background you're from, how much money you have, like everyone uses that. And at night, you know, everyone's gone out, everyone's been at some music event or drinking or whatever, and everyone ends up on these trains or buses at night, and everyone's like always singing or, you know, making friends. And the industry here is very, very male dominated. Being a woman in a city anyway is so much harder than being a man in a city, because cities are dangerous for women. You know, you're playing shows and you're going to places really late and you're having to try get home. My parents were so against it. They were like, we don't want our 15-year-old girl going out and coming back at, you know, midnight. And also, yeah, the industry is very male dominated. And I mean, for me, my experience has been that I've had to fight to be taken seriously way more than my male counterparts. Your ideas about your project and your creativity gets challenged a lot more. So you have to have a much thicker skin, I think. Damsel in Distress feels different because I think it's the first project where I laid it out. I was okay, I want each song to have its own music video. I want each song to have its own visual identity, and I creatively directed all of that. It just felt like really me. It felt like the first thing I was like, this is girly, like this is who I am. There's no easy way to heal from things and to get over things that happen to you, whether it's, you know, heartbreak or, you know, traumatic experiences or friendships falling apart, or, you know, I mean, I'm just pretty much going off of all the songs on my EP, like what are they about? If you're raised as a girl, you have it programmed into you that you can't survive on your own. You need other people, and I think that's why, like, when certain things went wrong, or, you know, I got dropped from a label, or I had a really savage heartbreak, it's such a character building experience for anyone who was raised as a girl to go through shit situations and pull yourself out of it. You know, don't do things completely on your own. Do get support. I've always been very open about this, but, you know, I've definitely struggled a lot with my mental health, and had therapy for a long time, and that's helped me so much. And I think songwriting and my creativity is one part of that healing, but also, you know, like therapy and speaking to family, getting family support. But remember, like, you got this, you know, you are stronger than you think. I think it's a human right. Everyone should deserve access to free or affordable therapy, because, like, it is honestly just so incredible. As humans, we just keep stuff bottled up so much, and it's not healthy. You know, we should be able to talk to someone who's unbiased and can just support us. My fan base's queerness informs me as an artist as well. Releasing music and then having the main response be from LGBTQ plus fans, music fans, really helped me figure out more, discover my own sexuality. and be more comfortable with expressing it and writing about it in songs and stuff. I had all these queer fans online who were like, hell yes, like we love when you talk about this stuff. So I think that really helped me. The inspiration I get from queer artists, like visually, musically, it informs everything I do. I can't do some of the things I would usually do because of COVID. I love crowd surfing, I love moshing, I love getting involved in the crowd, and I'm choosing to stay on the stage because I want to protect myself and the fans. We played a sold out show in Norwich and the crowd was so hype. I was like, damn, like I wish I could crowd surf right now, but I can't. So I got this cardboard cutout of myself. It's like life sized, which I have for the show so fans can take pictures with it. I was like, she's going to crowd surf for me. So this cardboard cutout did a crowd surf, which I've never seen before. So.
Hi. Hi. Oh my God, you're so cute. Look at your little floppy. Oh no. I've recently become a cat person. It's just that they're so easy to take care of. I fostered 2 kittens sometime in May, and now I adopted them basically. So it's actually Fattuccini. Fattu in Hindi means scaredy cat. And she was under the couch for the longest time when I got her first. So there's this weird, like apparently people in India do rituals where they take like white cats and like sacrifice them and all of that. So it was really, I didn't know that. And I was like, yeah, I'm not giving them away. It's like, this is not okay. I was born in what we call the wine country of India, which is Nasik. And I lived there briefly for a couple of years, and my mom's a working woman, so we moved a lot. And finally, we ended up in Mumbai, which is where I've lived now for the larger part of my life, about like almost, I think 15 years. Early on in my life, I was super into Indian classical music, right? Like I went for training and I used to learn this instrument called the harmonium. And eventually that focus sort of shifted. And funnily, because of Adele, I listened to a bunch of Adele when I was around 11, 12 years old, and it just sort of shifted. Nobody's ever asked me that before. That's a really interesting question. It's very, I can't call it, suburbs, because I don't think that's a fair, parallel. But so like I said, it's a wine country. There's just a lot of farming that happens there. So there's like a lot of rice cultivation, lots of fruits, and hence proper climate for grapes. And so it's like, as a kid, I've almost gone and actually sown seeds in this vineyard called Sula, which is huge now in India. But that was like my childhood, which is like a lot of going and exploring things, planting trees. My parents were super into all of that. Mumbai, 2 names, is the complete opposite. It's got a ton of people. At any given point, there's always traffic that you can hear. It's like a melting pot of 100 different cultures, because everyone from different parts of the country comes down here. So you have different languages, you have different foods, you have lots and lots of chaos. I'll tell you a group of foods that I can't, like you'd get probably the best of that here, which is chaat, which is essentially street food of like, I can't even describe. It's like a bunch of things. So in that, every single dish is something I love. But if I had to name just like, one of them, then it would probably be sev puri, which is also a complicated. I don't know if you've ever had it. It's like little fried discs, and then they put like potato on it and like some, like chutneys, and then very confusing thing to explain, but it's amazing. You're walking around, you're like, oh, I'm hungry, and it has like 1,000 flavors. So you're always satisfied if you get that. Not the healthiest thing, but it's amazing. Take the train. It's very weird. It's horribly uncomfortable on some days because there's so many people, but I think that's the best way to look at the city. India is very complicated in terms of social strata and all of that, but every person takes the train. Go to South Mumbai or South Bombay, which was where the British, like when we were ruled, that's where like most of the architecture lies. So architecturally, it's a lot like Massachusetts, actually. It's a lot of British influence. So South Bombay is where you go if you want like museums and art and architecture. But you go into Bandra during Christmas, and there are these tiny lanes where everyone, it's like a Catholic area, right? So like there's everybody that decorates the houses really like in a really extravagant way, and you kind of like walk in these mini small lanes and you can smell these tiny bakeries. You probably won't find any of this, especially the Bandra thing, in your travel magazines, but that's something I love doing. Like a Christmas walk in Bandra is like the nicest thing you can do. It's not in terms of safety, and this is so funny that that's the first thing you think of, when you get a question like this. You don't really think about the work, you're thinking about safety. Safety wise, it's a great city, and I've never felt like I'm unsafe or in a position that's compromised. But I think when it comes to work, you never see other women artists in the room. You're at any given point, I'm probably the only woman in the room. And I think that's very strange, because like, and when you realize that, it's really weird. It's changing, it's evolving. I really love that. I think in terms of representation, there could be way more women. I still don't believe it sometimes. I don't know what happened and how it happened, but the gist of it is I got a DM saying, hey, I have a gig opportunity, do you have a minute to talk? And I was like, yeah, of course. And the organizers called me and we were having a little bit of a chat. And I was like, okay, so who's the artist and what would I be doing? And you're like, oh, do you know this international artist called Shaggy? And I was like, what do you mean? And I thought they were playing a prank on me. I didn't tell anyone in high school, because I still thought till the day of the event that they were messing with me. Shaggy was just in the green room eating McDonald's. Take, 4.
Don't ever do, don't ever don't. So don't take it personal when I don't answer the phone. I'll lose if I do, lose if I don't. Tomorrow they call me liar, like I should have known. Hey, it's SAACHI, leave a message. You're taking on too much, always got something going on. Don't know why lines got blurred, now I gotta work with what I've got. How do I take a pick when I can't stand missing out? Don't ever do, don't ever don't. So don't take it personal when I don't answer the phone. I'll lose if I do, lose if I don't. Tomorrow they call me liar, like I should have known. Each thing taking me apart, now I'm inside out. Convoluted days, now it's getting loud. I wish there was just some other way. I wish you understood, but you won't have today. I'm finding myself running in circles, ending up in the same place. I'm doomed if I do, doomed if I don't. So don't take it personal when I don't answer the phone. I'll lose if I do, lose if I don't. Tomorrow they call me liar, like I should have known. Tomorrow they call me liar. They'll call me liar. Don't if I do, don't if I don't. So don't take it personal when I don't answer the phone. I'll lose if I do, lose if I don't. Tomorrow they call me should have known.
Hey, I'm Sachi and I'm an artist from Mumbai, India, and this is my band Varun on guitar and Shashwat on percussion. And thank you to Women That Rock for having me and having us play my songs. That one was called Do or Don't. It released like late 2020 and was made in the lockdown, and you know, lots of indoor contemplating and all. Took a year to be made, and that was the end product. And this is the first time I'm playing it live. So thank you for listening. The next one's called Iris, and we're gonna do a little set change for that. So be back.
Daisies and irises laid perfectly as men words when I yourself rain and sunshine bliss. Weather's erratic like swinging emotions. All my backs are backed, but I'm not ready to go. Sometimes you can't choose just what we have. I loved it so. I wash the blood off my hands, won't fight the inevitable. I've chosen to go, so I run, leave it all back and run. There's no turning back. Someday I'll reach a place where I'll love again to live. I'll run. Maybe this pain will finally fade around the next turn. Maybe I'll shine from the gold of the sun, but if I don't learn, burn, 'cause I've been down and bent. I've etched tragedy, eyes ink into my skin, stardust and providence. I've never known home, but you're as close as I've been. And all my backs are backed, but I'm not ready to go. Sometimes we can't choose just what we have, and I learned it so. I wash the blood off my hands, won't fight the inevitable.
And I'm an artist from Toronto, born and raised in Toronto, living in Toronto. I'm actually half Jewish on my dad's side, and I grew up in an area called Bathurst and Lawrence, and that's predominantly a Jewish area. There's a lot of Hasidic Jews in that area. It's kind of a cultural mix. It's nice to grow up in Toronto, and there's so much diversity here, and you're exposed to it at such a young age. I definitely feel like the Toronto energy has influenced my music significantly. I think there's like Toronto's really nice and beautiful in the summer and stuff, but it gets really gloomy. You know, it's really sunny today actually, but it gets really gloomy when the weather changes. And I think there's like this darkness to Toronto, and I don't know if I'm just like drawn to darkness and like I'm a moody artist, but like I think the darkness really brings out this like rawness in my music. And it's interesting because I can only create like certain music in Toronto. Like I can't replicate that energy anywhere else. And I actually prefer making music in Toronto rather than LA and other places. I'd honestly take a trip maybe like up north even, because it's so beautiful and I'm so like nature driven that I've kind of escaped the city. So I would always recommend to get out. And there's like beautiful locations only like 20-30 minutes outside of Toronto. We have the Scarborough Bluffs, which is in Toronto technically, but it's really beautiful and it doesn't even look like Toronto. I like oysters a lot. I mean, like I love oysters. My dad and I go to this place called Rodney's Oyster House, and it's downtown, and we go for like special occasions all the time, and I really like it. I'm going to answer this honestly. I think there's like a problem definitely in Toronto, like that we have like all these male artists, like all tons of male artists that are constantly being shown love and being given opportunities to like perform at events, and they're the same events every year, like, you know, the same brands doing the same stuff every year. And it's like, where's the woman on these lineups? Like why are the DJs all men? Like why are there no women on your lineups? And I think it's slowly changing, and like there's more women being put in positions in power in the music industry. But I definitely think that's an issue in Toronto, and I would love to see that continue to change, because there's so many female artists in this city that I'm sorry that they're doing way better than these guys, and like they're not getting any opportunity. So you kind of hit a wall here. It's like you kind of have to go out, get respect internationally, and then come back, and then they'll pat you on the back, which sucks. It was really cool because I actually used to work at the mall. There was the mall that it's over. I worked there for like my whole, like probably like 5 or 6 years. I worked at Abercrombie Kids, and I I hustled. Like I would take everyone's shift and just work and work and work. So it was so cool to like see my face over where I used to work. You know what I mean? Like, thank you for having me be a part of this. I'm really grateful.
Hey, this is Saya. I'm an artist from Toronto, Canada, and I'm really excited to be a part of this. And thanks for tuning in. I'm going to be singing my second single, Death of Me, off my upcoming project that comes out in 2022. It's called Ready to Burn, and I hope you love it. Thank you.
Sleeping with the death on me. give me heartless fantasies. I don't feel nothing but you. I take shot after shot, but it's still only you. Only one hits the spot. I'm sipping poison from the devil's club, and I can't get enough of the taste, taste. I know I'm still the only one you want. You love my dirty talk and how I lick it off, lick it off. We both know you're no good for me. Put your hands on my throat, I don't wanna breathe. Beg for you so comfortably. Call me out to sleeping with the death on me. The death on me, the death of me. Call me out to sleeping with the death on me. The death of me, the death of me. Call me out to sleeping with the death on me. Kissing on your lips is a death of me. Kissing on your lips is a death of me. Kissing on your lips is a death of me. Death of me, death of me. Death of me, yeah, death of me, yeah. Death of me, death of me. Kissing on your lips is a death of me.
This next song I'm going to be performing is called Sick. It's also off my upcoming project, Ready to Burn, and I'm going to be doing a guitar cover of it.
Love you so hard I fall apart, dying slowly in your arms. Still I need your nasty heart, oh why? We've been burning up in flames, tied down to your wicked ways. Still don't want nothing to change, no, no. Push me to the edge, pull me back again. Yeah, you got me wrapped around you. Under your control, like an overdose. Yeah, I'm going down, down with you. Hit like ecstasy, and you're extra sweet. Baby, what you need, cause everything's on me. Bring me to my knees. Oh, you're sick as fuck, and I love it. No one else can understand. Give me that rush, going deeper. Keep me in this bad romance. Can't get enough of your power. Let me hold it in my hands. I'm sick as fuck, cause I love it, yeah. Our love is sick as fuck. Oh, oh, sick as fuck. Oh, oh, how can you be my remedy and still be the death of me? You're the one that I believe in, so I go hard for you over and over again. I take it too far for you, I can't make it make sense, no. Push me to the edge, pull me back again. Yeah, you got me wrapped around you. Under your control, like an overdose. Yeah, I'm going down, down with you. Hit like ecstasy, and you're extra sweet. Baby, what you need, cause everything's on me. Bring me to my knees. Oh, you're sick as fuck, and I love it. No one else can understand. Give me that rush, going deeper. Keep me in this bad romance. Can't get enough of your power. Let me hold it in my hands. And I'm sick as fuck, cause I love it. Our love is sick as fuck. Whoa, whoa, sick as fuck. Whoa, whoa, sick as fuck. Sick as fuck. Sick as fuck. Sick as fuck.
blinded by black and white, but now I see the grays that fill my passing days. Every day's a fight, but now I search for the light that was there inside. And I don't know the time, don't know what's mine, don't see the light. I'm just trying to find peace of mind. I just have to breathe. 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 Was so powerless that I needed control over every hour and every day. And all I've really lost is myself, so I just sing myself a lullaby and kiss my dreams a sweet goodbye. And I don't know the time, don't know what's mine, don't see the light. I'm just trying to find peace of mind. I just have to breathe. 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 Words are softly spoken, but my mind's still screaming, mind's still screaming. Eyes are wide open, but I'm still dreaming, I'm still dreaming. Words are softly spoken, but my mind's still screaming, mind's still screaming. Eyes are wide open, but I'm still dreaming, I'm still dreaming.
Hi guys, I'm Kamakshi, and that was a song called Breathe. Today I'm performing for you guys from my childhood bedroom in New Delhi, India. And I couldn't have asked for a better first virtual global concert, and that too with a community like Women That Rock that's been doing such wonderful things for the global community of women. And I'm just so happy to be a tiny little part of it. I'm going to play one more song very quickly, and for that, I'm just going to bring my guitar. Just give me a minute. The next song that I'm going to be playing for you guys is something I wrote in the lockdown in 2020. I started this little series called the Green Room Sessions, literally because my bedroom is extremely green, as you can see. But it was also symbolic of the fact that this room felt like my backstage or my rehearsal space before I actually get to go into the real world and play my music for you guys, which is happening soon, and I'm super excited about it. But yeah, this was the first episode of that series, and this song is called Love Is Not a Fucking Game. Hope you guys like it. And thank you so much, Women That Rock, for having me once again.
Broke down your walls as you built up mine. Gave you my trust and my precious time when you wanted it, but only when you wanted it. You were so sweet, you were so kind. You knew how to look into my brown eyes like you wanted it, but you never really wanted it. Love is not a fucking game for me. It's not an escape for me. It's not supposed to leave you so empty and leave you so weak. You know my love is not weak. You held me loose and you held me tight, but you never really learned how to hold me right like I wanted. But who cares what I wanted? I hope you feel the pain you were waiting on. I hope it helps you with the moving on like you wanted. Did you have to use me for it? Love is not a fucking game for me. It's not an escape for me. It's not supposed to leave you so empty and leave you so weak. Love is not a fucking game for me. It's not an escape for me. It's not supposed to leave you so empty and leave you so weak. Love is not a fucking game. Love is not a fucking game. Love is not a fucking game. No, I don't wanna play your games. No, I don't wanna play your games. Ooh. No, I don't wanna play your games. Ooh. No, I don't wanna play your games. Ooh. No, I don't wanna play your games. Your games, your games, your games, your games. Ooh. Dices que debo coger mis cosas y largarme de aquí, que por mucho que lo intente ya no queda más por decir. Pero tú no comprendes lo que esto me hace sentir. Si estoy viva y respirando no será gracias a ti. Nuestras mentes van en direcciones opuestas. Nunca encajaré en tus esquemas. Todo lo demás me da igual. Todo lo demás no es sincero. Las cosas que no puedo cambiar ahora mismo no me dan miedo. Me quieres sonriente, siempre complaciente. He intentado darte todo lo que me has pedido, pero aún así no ha sido suficiente. Me defiendo a puños mientras tú disparas sin piedad. ¿Quién ganará? Hagan sus apuestas. Nuestras mentes van en direcciones opuestas. Nunca encajaré en tus esquemas. Todo lo demás me da igual. Todo lo demás no es sincero. Las cosas que no puedo cambiar ahora mismo no me dan miedo. Todo lo demás me da igual. Todo lo demás no es sincero. Las cosas que no puedo cambiar ahora mismo no me dan miedo.
We are Alaya and Carla, representing the Crab Apples. We are from Barcelona, which is in Catalonia, Spain. We were actually born and raised, the three of us, in Santa Eulalia de Ronçana, which is a really small town near Barcelona. It's a very Catalan pronunciation and a very Catalan name, Santa Eulalia de Ronçana. Now Laia and I are living in Barcelona city.
They started playing together, Laia and Carla, in the music school in Santa Eulalia de Ronçana, and I was learning how to play guitar there, and they needed a bass player, and I was there, and they said, yeah, come with us, and I was like, okay, I don't know how to play bass, but I could learn.
And yeah, like maybe some people, if they listen to us, they will try and go to travel to Santa Eulalia de Ronçana. Like tourism in Santa Eulalia de Ronçana will raise now, like.
We have a little bit of everything. We have a river, a small river, we have forest.
It's a nice town. We have, like Laia said, like lots of green places. And I think we had a pretty nice childhood. We could like play in the street and like very different from Barcelona. We have like a town party called Festa Major, which is a pretty popular thing to do in Catalonia in the summer in the towns. I think both Laia and I wanted to have like the experience of really living in the city, and I like both like
I wouldn't know which one to decide if I had to decide like you can only live in one place for the rest of your life. I don't know.
Yes, it's like when you're in Barcelona, you're missing Santa Eulalia, and when you're in Santa Eulalia, you're missing Barcelona.
Creative, multicultural,
handsome, beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. There's lots of beautiful people in Barcelona. That's right.
Yesterday, I was walking through the neighborhood of Horta, which I've never been there before, and I thought, that's amazing. That's beautiful.
There's a cool thing about Barcelona that it has neighborhoods which feel like little towns.
Because they were towns.
They were actually towns, yeah, obviously, but now they still have that feeling of towns. This is pretty special. Like at the beginning, it was like we were aliens, and it seemed like the only thing that when we had interviews and so on, the only thing that they commented like or asked us was that how is it to, or because our drummer is a guy, so they were always asking him, how is it to play with girls, or do they treat you nice? And we were like, those questions were so weird, and we didn't understand because we were just 4 friends who were playing music. We didn't think, oh, let's make a band and 3 should be girls and 1 should be a boy. No, it just happened. We're really happy now that they are more seen and it's more normal to be women in music. Then the next girls who are like the younger girls are going to have reference, like to have those women and say, okay, I can play drums too, because that's something that we didn't have. Like if I think of the music that I knew when I was a child, all the bands that I think of are male bands, like bands with guys. This is our first interview in English. The title of the album, Crab with P, comes from our band name, which is Crab Apples with P. For people from Spain and Catalonia, Crab Apples is it seems like it's the most difficult name ever. Like nobody knows how to pronounce it. Nobody knows how to write it. So we've been called, because people think that crab apples has something to do with crabs, like cangrejos, like crabs, you know, and or with crab with P, like shit. They think we are the shitty apples. They've quite a struggle for us and for the people who listen to us and for the media and journalists. So at the end, for this 3rd album, we were like, okay, let's take this. It's kind of a joke. It's kind of a joke, like, the crab apples with crab.
Hi, my name's Livia O. This is Garrett. We're gonna play a few songs for you today. This one's called I Don't Write Songs for Boys. Twos in front of your door. My heart beats in numbers. Blue from ceiling to floor. But we crowd into the kitchen. I'm the one for writing slow songs about boys who didn't call me. I'm the one for writing slow songs about boys. I wanna be more than just an afterthought. I wanna be more than just an afterthought. For weeks we haven't talked. We haven't talked. We haven't. All this I'm wondering if I should just be honest. I'm known for writing slow songs about boys years you didn't call me. I'm known for writing slow songs about boys. I wanna be more than just an afterthought. I wanna be more than just an afterthought. Thanks. This next song is one that we wrote together. It came out in October. It's called This Far. And today, we're at the beautiful beach in New Zealand, my favorite place in the world. I waited out every night, it was cold and I was afraid to go home. I thought you'd rewrite your life without even a picture to hold. My places I ran away, screaming your words about to make me crack. I won't forget the look on your face when I told you I loved you back. I didn't think that I would make it this far. I didn't think that I would make it this far. I didn't think that I would make it this far. I didn't think that I would make it this. Now it's warmer, the trees have got color. How's the weather in California? I forgave you for leaving, I've done my grieving. I didn't think that I would make it this far. I didn't think that I would make it this far. I didn't think that I would make it this far. I didn't think that I would make it this far. I waited out every night, it was cold and I was afraid to go home. I thought you'd rewrite your life without even a picture to hold. My places I ran away, screaming your words about to make me crack. I won't forget the look on your face when I told you I loved you back.
I moved here in June, and oh my god, I don't know why he's meowing like this right now. Also, I don't know why my cat's up on this counter. I go by some girl named Anna, and I'm from a very small town in Minnesota called Webster, Minnesota, and there's 400 people there. I grew up on 40 acres with horses and no TV. Minnesota, gets really cold. I remember it would get down to like -30 wind chill in the winter. And I would be like, if I was crying outside, my eyes would like freeze shut. Like anyone from the Midwest kind of knows how cold it gets. Would get up at 5:30, and this is like a country flex. I would literally get up at 5:30 in the morning, and we had to ship out the ice from the water buckets for the horses. Like I grew up like super like desolate farmland vibes. I would walk downstairs and my mom would be painting. She would have the windows open and she'd be painting. And she'd always have like Tracy Chapman or Fleetwood Mac or Tori Amos playing. And so, growing up with the music around me too, that inspired me as a songwriter. She would always say, songwriting is
one of the most beautiful forms of art, because you can say so much in so little, and you can go back to a memory, you can go back to a place in your heart. I live in LA now. It's very different, totally opposite worlds, but it's kind of cool because I feel like I have like a cool story to offer out here, and LA has a lot to offer for me. Anything you could ever want out is in LA. Every kind of person. It's a lot. It's, there's a lot of people out here, but I feel like my creativity has been able to just just exponentially go up, because it's like anything goes out here for music. I love Griffith Park. I've gone out there a lot to just think and write. I never lived by a beach, so going to like Point Dune and going just to the beach in general, I did that like every day for the first like couple of months I got out here. A lot of pressure to be a female in LA. There's a lot of times when I've been in sessions and people are like low-key surprised that I can, write and produce. There's a lot of women in this industry and a lot of my friends who are inspiring me, and paving the way for other female producers, female artists. But I'd say there's a lot of pressure on women in general everywhere, but out here in LA, it's kind of ruthless. My music got sent to Lava, and, it was just, life kind of changed from there. It was a lot. I was young. I didn't really know what I was doing. I hadn't even toured before. And then suddenly, you have New York Times writing about you. And so it was crazy. It was I don't know, life definitely changed. During the pandemic, I went back, and it was weird because life went so fast and then it stopped again. Dude, during the pandemic, I cut all of my hair off. I got bangs. I dyed my hair brown. And I had this time to think and to be like, okay, what do I want? What do I want to say? I don't want to become someone who I'm not. I'm really excited for you guys to hear the new music. Hey, I'm some girl named Anna. This is a song I wrote called Paralysis, and I'm so excited to be releasing it top of next year.
I used to cross fingers on my right hand, used to fuck caffeine off on my nightstand, thought that at least I was from my lifespan. I can never push you out on my conscience, couldn't show you out, you were constant, but I'm so sick of feeling this haunted. Every night I try to stay awake, I was never strong enough to think about escaping, pushing me down, but I couldn't run away, never let me run away. The fuck you even want? Are you lonely? Why you need to hold me? Does it give you purpose? Tell me, does it scare you? I'm not even aware. Do you hate that I'm not hurting? Yeah. Low-key, tell me, are you lonely? I don't even need you. That was just the old me. Worked out all my demons. I'm not even faced. So tell me, do you hate it? Do you hate I grew out of this? You're stuck here, that's paralysis. I thought my mom was diabolic, got so mad it was neurotic. My emotions were robotic, therapists, they couldn't stop it. It's like running underwater, but you never let me go. I wish that I was dead every time that you came home. Peace, yeah, I found my friends and I moved to a city, tied my loose ends, and I found this guy and we found love, and you won't fuck it up again. I need you to know it was never your home. I need you to listen, I need you to go. This ain't your house, don't hang around. This shit's behind me now. Every night I try to stay awake, I was never strong enough to think about escaping, pushing me down, but I couldn't run away, never let me run away. The fuck you even want? Are you lonely? Why you need to hold me? Does it give you purpose? Tell me, does it scare you? I'm not even aware. Do you hate that I'm not hurting? Low-key, tell me, are you lonely? I don't even need you. That was just the old me. Worked out all my demons. I'm not even faced. So tell me, do you hate it? Do you hate stuck here, that's paralysis.
This is our cover of Landslide. This has always been one of my favorite songs as a songwriter.
Took my love, yeah, I took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills, till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you older, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Yeah, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. It's time makes you older, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Ooh, yeah, I'm getting older too. Oh, take my love, take it down. Oh, climb a mountain and you turn around, and if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, will the landslide bring it down? Oh, the landslide bring it down.
Thank you so much for watching. My name is some girl named Anna, and make sure to watch out for new music coming up.
Hi, we're one half of GENN, and we've put together a performance for you for Abroad. It's in a church, which is pretty cool if you ask me.
Yeah, it's a church here in Brighton, St. George's Church, and yeah, we worked with a lot of cool people to make it happen, so I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, we actually played some songs of our EP Liminal,
Which came out this year, which is it's a very big accomplishment for us, because we wrote it and recorded it in peak restrictive measures, let's say, and considering the fact that we managed to release it and tour it quite recently in the current climate is a big deal, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, it deals with themes of liminality, really. I feel like
you can look that up on Google.
Yeah,
if you don't know what it means.
I feel like it's quite honest in its themes.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, thanks for inviting us, and looking forward to hearing what you guys think by commenting on our socials.
We are the string section of GENN. Got to use it. I am Leanne on bass. I was born and raised in Imjar in Malta, little farmer's village, cute, very quiet.
Hi, sorry. Yeah, I'm Janelle, and I was also born and raised in Malta in another tiny village called Santa Lucia. And yeah, and we met in high school, and that's where we kind of started one of the first iterations of the band. Kind of is similar to Italy, but it has its own thing going on. We speak our own language, which is Maltese. But it is kind of its own world because there is a bit of a big fish in a small pond mentality. I'm a big foodie. If I had to choose, I mean, there are like a lot of pasta dishes. Like pasta is like a way of life, basically. Pasta and bread, like maroon, which is baked rice. It's like mac and cheese, but the Maltese version of mac and cheese. That's something.
It doesn't have mac or cheese.
Yeah, and like I love pies, so my mom used to cook like a lot of different pies according to the seasonal veggies, like spinach pie, like chicken and mushroom pie, and yeah, a lot of pies. I freaking love pies. I think loud. Oh, there was this whole thing back in the history books, and they used to call Malta the island of yells, bells, and smells. Yeah, because Maltese people are quite loud. They're over friendly and super nosy. Like they know what's happening.
It feels more Mediterranean than your average UK city.
More European.
More
I guess.
European, yeah. Smells depends on where you are. Fish and chips if you're by the sea, and the sea itself.
Oh,
we got
weed.
seagulls. Weed. Oh my god,
that's the characteristic
smell of life. Like, I think it's kept us quite grounded, to be honest, because I mean, in my case, I would say that a lot of my personal growth in terms of like, leaning into adulthood and such did very much stem from being in a band, because and in Malta specifically, because being in a band in Malta, like saying it like it is you're kind of pushing against the current even more than you are in places like Brighton, which is obviously more culture based.
I guess this is a contentious question, because we were one of the few female musicians on the island. I mean, to be fair, I hate categorizing stuff, but sometimes in certain environments you feel like people are discriminating you because of your gender, and it's quite a patriarchal and traditional in a sense, like Latin kind of mindset, in a way of like having a masochist kind of mentality. So yeah, as Leanne said, it's kind of having to constantly prove yourself, and I hope like other young girls seeing us inspired some people at least.
Hi there, I'm Anoushka Maskey, and I am going to sing a couple of my own songs for you guys today. Before I begin, I just want to say I'm incredibly happy to be a part of this event, and I think that this initiative by Women That Rock rocks. And another small disclaimer, I am just recovering from a really horrible cold and cough, so you'll have to please excuse a few things here and there. I do believe that I sound decent enough, even though I don't have complete control of my voice, so I hope that I can keep you entertained for the length of my set anyway. And yeah, before I yap on like I'm very capable of, let me just get right into it. So the first song I'm gonna do is called Hollow. I wrote this one a couple of months back when India was at their second lockdown. It was a time when it was incredibly difficult to keep my chin up, and morale was low, and yeah, I'm gonna let the song do the rest of the talking. This one's Hollow, and I hope you enjoy it. There was some the other day and I felt hollow. There's still sweetness in the way that we feel sorrow. And I haven't even tried, but I've been failing all my life. But today, a drink will suffice. I've been breathing in freedom begged and borrowed. There's no sign of ownership in my tomorrow. Guess I'll give in to the game where my mind's easier to tame, or so I'll say. Guess I'm just restless today. They're much louder, all the thoughts that I keep swallowed. Peace of mind slowly drowned in water shallow. But I'll do it anyway, silence the mouth for it's so sick, or so I think. I'll know for sure at the brink. New summer air covers skin that has nothing left to wear. But season's just a fast, there's nothing there but mind impaired. There was some the other day and I felt hollow. There's still sweetness in the way that we feel sorrow. And I haven't even tried, but I've been failing all my life. But today, a drink will suffice.
That was Hollow. And I really hope that you enjoyed that. I think that the lockdown and the pandemic has been an incredibly unprecedented time, obviously, for the entire world. And I hope that all of us had our support systems to get us through through everything that we faced in that time. And here is me wishing you lots of love and light in your life, and that I hope that you've come out of the entire situation better. And even if you haven't, it's chill. But yeah. Alright, so the next song I'm gonna do is called Empire of Fear. Again, another song born from the lockdown period. This was during the first lockdown. Empire of Fear is about wanting. Yeah, so basically there was a time when our entire world was going through utter turmoil, and I had started to develop this sort of social media and basically phone fatigue, because every time I would turn on my phone, open a news app or a social media app, there would be something devastating happening in some or the other corner of the world. And obviously continuously seeing tragedy takes a toll on you. And Empire of Fear is about being a dreamer, wanting to live in a world where everybody's happy and everybody's doing good, and love prevails, and all things are great. And that's what Empire of Fear is about. And I hope that you enjoy it. My sleeve keeps messing with me, bro. All right. Hey, did you hear the empire's fallen from fear? The things that we all held dear have been burned to the ground. Hey, can you see all that clearly shouldn't be? We're all here bending on knees, but it feels like the weight of the world is on me. I've been spending my days in a haze of a fast technicolor, our minds like no other. I could take, I could break free, but all for a second, another tragedy beckons. Oh, oh, oh. Hey, did you know all that comes to show at the end of this long road is the way that we loved and the way that we showed it. I've been spending my days in a haze of a fast technicolor, our minds like no other. I could shake, I could break free, but all for a second, another tragedy beckons. Oh, oh, oh. Hey, can we run far from what we have done? Where it's easy living as one, we're beaming just like the sun. Somewhere over rainbow ends is where my heart truly dwells. That was Empire of Fear, and I hope that you enjoyed that. And with that is my time. Again, thank you guys so much for having me be a part of this. Congratulations to you on this incredible initiative, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the set. And that is all from me. Adios, take care, stay safe, and yeah, goodbye.